Alright, so we're gonna get right back into it. It's the next day from the last recording. We're gonna be continuing off where we left off. Just continuing to salvage this wreckage here. Hopefully not having any random encounters fly into us. There was a couple of situations last episode where I was worried there was going to be a ship to get close and start opening fire. Hopefully we're going to avoid any situations like that in the future, but we'll have to wait and see. Oh, and after the last episode, I did go and verify the files for the game, and everything came out fine, so I'm not sure that would have done anything to help with the unknown signals not giving the cosmetics that they should. But I guess we'll see here in a little bit when we get an unknown signal spawn in, whether it actually gives me a cosmetic or not. I know at the end of the episode we had one that actually at least showed up the secondary screen.
Inventory full.
So maybe it won't be an issue, but we'll have to wait and see when one of those pop in and check and see if we actually get something out of it or not. But so far the salvaging's going pretty well. We don't have much left to really do other than once we get the rest of this ground down to put all those blocks together, load them up, and try to bring them back to the if I can speak, to the base. There we go. We're gonna check out this unknown signal first. Now that it's finally popped in. And luckily that pirate vessel has disappeared, so we don't have to worry about that now. Okay, no, it seems those are still broken, and I don't know how to fix that. So, I may have to do some looking online to see if I can find anyone who has the same issue, and try to get that fixed. But right now, I guess we're just not going to be getting any cosmetics out of that. Which, that kind of sucks, but I guess it is what it is. Like, there's not much I can do, and I certainly don't want to have to restart from the whole start of the playthrough and redo everything. So, I guess we're just screwed. And I haven't been playing in my free time on any of the other saves. I've only been playing just what I record in this, which basically means I'm going to miss out entirely on the skin event drop rate increase until next month. So that kind of sucks, but I don't know how to fix it. So I'm guessing I'm just screwed, and that's that. So that's wonderful. And I did get a few cool skins, I guess, but nothing that I was actually hoping to get, really. I certainly wanted to get some of the Pharaoh set, but doesn't seem that's going to be happening. I might just need to purchase it on the market if I actually want it, I guess.
Energy low.
You know, it's feeling like the sound change from the Wider Tools mod isn't actually working right now. Because, like, compared to the sound of the grinder and sound of like the warning for the low energy, I feel like the mod's just not working anymore because the grinder is just way too loud compared to everything else now. Like, I find myself having to actually turn the volume down on my headset, but everything's just too quiet in comparison, so I might need to look into that. But God, this is so loud now. I don't know why. I think it's just the mod not working.
Full.
So, one thing that I'm thinking about right now actually is how am I going to move everything from that large container to the base? And I'm thinking actually I should probably just weld that container to the base rather than trying to move everything over. Well, I keep saying base, but I mean hideout, because that's not going to be the only one we have eventually.
Energy low. Energy critical.
Oh, and I was looking around for different games and stuff that might be coming out that could be fun to play and stuff like that. I did see one. It's not extremely dissimilar to Space Engineers. I mean, it is a fair bit, but it's more like Minecraft, I guess, in a way. It's called a Cubic Odyssey, and I've seen some gameplay on that from Z1, and that game looks like it'd be pretty fun. If I get any comments telling me to play that on the channel or something, I might get that and start making videos on that game too. So it definitely looks interesting. Hell, honestly, like any game really that y'all might would want to see me play on the channel, just leave a comment, and if I happen to already have it, or if the game's not like crazy expensive or something like that, I'll look into possibly getting that and kind of expand out the content that we make here on the channel. I mean, I could do that and stuff too, rather than being like solely Space Engineers, although that's kind of like the main thing that I do on here, but yeah, we can definitely like look into some other games and stuff if y'all want, if I get enough comments for it and stuff. It's like leave a suggestion if there's like a particular game you want me to make a video on, or whatever.
Inventory full.
Oh yeah, okay. The mod is definitely not working because I did not hear the voice line that first time around when it said inventory full over the grinder. Like I couldn't hear it. The grinder's just too loud. So that mod just isn't working now. So that's gonna be absolutely wonderful. Let me turn my light on here. Try to find some more of these little floating bits. I think that might be everything. There's a piece right here inside that block. But
Energy low.
yeah, I got my volume on my headset turned down so low I can barely even hear the ticks from using the survival kit. So there's definitely something wrong. This grinder is still loud as fuck. I might need to go to the save menu and just check and make sure the mods I've selected are actually still enabled. I mean, they should be, pretty sure. Yeah, detach mode, that's still an option on the grinder, so all the mods should still be enabled. I don't know what's wrong with the I think it was called Sneaky Sounds instead of the mod I was using for that. I may need to get rid of that one and replace it with another sound mod or something and try to get this grinder to be more quiet because I can't hear anything over it. And if I have the volume turned up to where I can hear all the voice lines and stuff, like when your power gets low or your inventory's full, then it'll just, the grinder's just going to end up giving me a headache using it. And where in this playthrough we're surviving all the scrap, we're going to be using it really heavy. So it's going to end up being a problem for me. I guess I'll just deal with it for now, so I can figure out what the hell is going on with the mods and the unknown signals and shit. It seems like everything's breaking. We only have a little bit left to go, and then we should be done with the actual salvaging. Aside from getting these tanks connected up, move the hydrogen over to the tank that I own,
Energy low.
so I can enable and disable the stockpiling. Because there really isn't any way to hack a tank that has hydrogen in it while keeping the hydrogen in it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I can't even like access that to see if see what the actual what's it called, the amount of hydrogen in there, but it seems like the one here in the middle is empty. Yeah, it's too broken to use anyway, so we can go ahead and break this one all the way down. And what we'll want to do is connect these up. I think these two are already connected, but we can just kind of grab the ship and attach onto one of these and connect it up to the next and the next and the next, and get kind of like a chain of them going. And then we can probably connect that up to the top of this cargo container here, and then hook up some hydrogen thrusters to it, because I think we're going to need it if we're going to carry all this. We also have all these batteries floating around that we want to keep because they have power on them. That's 5 batteries in total, 6
Energy
batteries.
critical.
So we want to get all those grouped together and put on the ship as well. So as we'll start off with this yellow battery, we'll do all the batteries first and then collect up the hydrogen. That's probably the best way to go about it. And we got another unknown signal over there. My hopes for that one actually working is very, very low. I guess the first thing we're going to do is just hook up to this battery here. And then to convert this into a ship, I can just slap a control panel on there and just do it like that. But alright, now let me pull these materials and then we'll fly over to this unknown signal here. Okay, well that one seemed to work, just didn't give me anything, which sucks. It is what it is, I guess. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of excited to be finally done salvaging that ship. That took so long to do. Like, I think it spanned over, what, like 5 episodes or so? Just trying to break that shit down. Alright, we're gonna grab control panel and grab the blocks needed to make it. We're just gonna slap it down right here and weld this up. And what we want to do is convert this to a ship, and then we want to find the weld pads, Let's put those right there. Take all that off. And we're going to want to grab a few of these. Just manually grab a shit ton of them. And thinking, yeah, probably just the front of that can connect to one, and we can do this one here. Now we can just make these into a line, collect all the batteries like that, and then weld them onto like the side of the ship or something once we've got them all connected together. I think that would probably work out best. One issue with trying to do this is the ship has so much weight to it. Even a low-speed collision is going to have a lot of force behind it. So if we just slightly bump these batteries in the wrong way, it could very well damage the battery beyond repair, and then at that point it's just scrap. And I'm not sure why that's not wanting to connect. It's pretty close. At least it seems that way. Let me try to take that a little bit more. Pointing down instead of up. There we go. Okay. Now we should be able to come over here and use this control panel again to switch it back to our ship. Now we can move this over to the next battery, which we got the one right here to our side. What happened? Oh, okay, I guess I didn't have enough materials to make the other solar panel. That is probably... I thought I had two, but I guess not. This one is going to be kind of a pain to line up because it's in the shadow here, so it's kind of hard to see. Plus it's painted black, which really doesn't help with it not having any direct light on it. So, well, I guess a dark gray, not really black, but still, it's pretty tough to see that face on it all that well. Yeah, we'll try to line this up anyway. Not like I have much of a choice if I want to get this done. Something like that should be fine. I'll just go and put these gold pads on there. Yeah, it's pretty close. I just need to rotate it a little. Pad here and there. I got another pirate scout over here. This isn't looking great as far as trajectory is concerned. Never mind. Looks like he's kind of just going up. Yeah, he should be going away, I guess. Let's see here. So, you need to rotate this way a little bit. And move to the side. Up some, angle down a little bit. There we go. And just like before, convert this to a ship. And make sure this scout's going away from us. It should be, I think. I hope. That's a really unique shape. So, it'd be kind of cool to get a closer look on that, but I'm not flying over there. Okay, so now we can just move. Probably face this way, be better. So we gotta be a little bit careful around these tanks here. Oops. I'll try to rotate it down, face the ship up some. A little bit more down, like some so I don't hit it. Side here. That way some. And that should be pretty close. Drone is still getting closer. It appears like he's moving away though. Hopefully he's just going to fly overhead. Let's see. So a little pad here. And a little pad here. And there we go. That was actually already close enough. Cool. And we want to make this a ship again. And we got one battery over here, and then one battery on the top. And I think that'll be all of them. So it was like 6 in total, if I'm not mistaken. And let's see here. Yeah, it still looks like it's going to go past, I hope. I would really like to get a hold of one of those, to be honest. I don't want to come close enough to let off those drones it's got on the side. But I definitely would like to, at some point, get a closer look at the shape of that. Oh, I'm leaving the batteries. Oops. I need to come back down. Thought I had those connected already. Let's try to use this opportunity to line up a little bit better for it though. That's a little bit more straight. Here we go. Okay. Now what we want to do is just come up and probably come at this one facing down. I think that would be safest to make sure I don't bump into the hydrogen tank and cause it to go off. Looks like that drone's still inching closer, which is not ideal. Might just need to leave these hydrogen tanks if it starts getting too close. It's like thinking about all the other materials I have, a little bit of hydrogen, which, I mean, this isn't just a little bit, but some hydrogen I don't think is more valuable than the components that I have stored up on the cargo at the top, and chances are the cargo on the top would be the first thing to go if we get attacked. That still appears to be going away, though. I think those on the sides there are like little drones that it's carrying. It's definitely got some decent firepower on it. I think at the top, I think that's supposed to be a solar panel, but doesn't look like it's finished. You know, what was it on? Oh, I was going to convert this into a ship. It is locked up, so that's good. And where was that last battery? Right here above me. So I can just move up and then maneuver in position to snag that last battery. And then we'll leave that as a station and move the ship around to actually connect the batteries up to the ship itself. Which would probably be ideal considering the forward thrust on this is bringing the charge time quite a bit down to like 16 minutes. We all we have a forward thrust. So having these batteries would really help out with that, which in turn would help out with maneuvering the hydrogen tanks to get them lined up and connected up to the ship. So just gonna try to get this lined up about right. Put them down some, bring it in. Down a little bit. And I just need to move it over a bit. Hopefully not stack them too much. Go back the other way. Right about there should be good. And I can put the weld plates on there. Weld pads, whatever they're called. That one. Now we got that one. Now I can jump back into the seat after charging our oxygen. Closer. There we go. Now this should be a station, because we just connected it to a station. So let's double check that. Yep. As a station. So now I should be able to unlock from it using number 8. And then just on the side, far enough out. Come down, go forward a little bit, try to grab it more in the center. Grinding against the batteries, it's not ideal. And now, over a little bit, be a little more flush. And we'll go up one more. So I'm thinking that'll probably, yeah, that should work right there, and we can just weld that to the ship. But before we do that, I'm gonna head up this unknown signal over here. And then after that we'll hook the batteries up to it, and we'll come back and start working on the hydrogen tanks. I'm thinking it's probably going to be the last video for today as well. I really want to record more, but I'm just not really feeling it at the same time. And that one's broken too, so I'm definitely going to have to look into how to fix that if anyone else has been having the same issues. But hopefully we can get that resolved fairly easily. Grab that. Hopefully it's not like any of the changes that I had to do at the start of the playthrough. I imagine it's not, because it's been fine up until this point, or well, a couple episodes ago. But I mean, like, where I had to go into creative to make the changes to the pod before we started the playthrough. But like I said, I don't think that would be the reason why the unknown signals aren't working properly. But I'm not really sure. I can't think of any changes that I've made between when they were working fine up until we had the first issue with it. So I'm not sure what's causing it. Hopefully it's just like an issue on Keen's side, or the Steam system in place for the skins. Hopefully it's just an issue with one of those rather than an issue with the save, right? So I don't want to have to, start another playthrough and move everything over or whatever. Try to get this playthrough working. But I really, really would like to have my my signals work. There we go. Now we got a lot of power. See, I need to see what is on that doesn't need to be, that's eating up some of that power. Assembler's off. Yeah. Turrets are off. Motor generator's off. Survival kit needs to stay on. We have 14 hours of power, which I feel like that should be more than that, but that'll be okay, I guess. Now that I need to figure out how best to move these hydrogen tanks. Thinking most of them here are already in a line, so probably connect these up first. And then build some hydrogen tanks on this ship. Or at least a hydrogen tank to get the base for where we want to start putting them at, just on the top. And then weld them all together. So that way we can move that hydrogen from the pirate-owned tanks to tanks that I own. And then we can get some thrusters put on there, and should at that point be able to maneuver a little bit better into until we can get back to the hideout to rip all that off and get it moved to the base. And I definitely want this to be over on the right hand side, because the way that I plan on docking to the base, the solar array is going to be on the left hand side. I don't want any of these tanks to be in the way of that and hit it. Okay, now we're connected up, so that's good. I can come out here, and we can grind this control panel off right there. And we want to put the control panel, oops, going the wrong way. The control panel on here now. So that way we'll be able to convert that to a ship. And I want to put weld pads over top of these. Now we can make this a ship, and we can bring it forward. Info, convert to ship. Now we should just be able to do a little bit of forward thrust. And there we go. Now we want to unlock and move back. There we go. You need to come, oh, it's not right, stop relocking to it. Now we want to do the same with this one. You can start targeting. I just want to line up with it. There we go. And we'll come over here to take the control panel off of this group. Move it over here. Should be number 8. That put on there. And then we want to do weld pads on there. And we also want to do weld pads here. So that way it should connect this one as we go over. Then we can convert it to a ship again, and just move it forward the rest of the way to connect it to the next one. That way we save a little bit of movement. And I'm just going to dump the rest of my components in here real quick, and we'll go over for this unknown signal and take a look and see if it's working or not. I get the feeling that this is going to have the exact same issue where we're going to hit the button, it'll give us the first pop-up, and then we'll just not get anything after that. No, that one seemed to work too, it's just we didn't get anything. So, which is really odd because I haven't been playing to pick up any of these, so I should be eligible for more skins. So I don't know why I'm not actually getting anything out of them. Unless I'm just having some really bad luck. Alright, that's everything of use there. I just realized I turned the beacon off on the ship to save power. Now I don't know where the ship is. I've done it again, I've fucked myself over. Damn it. found it. Thank God. Alright. So I think that should be good. We don't need to convert this back into a ship yet. So we can take that off and repair this. And I think this one needs to be, yep. Yeah, we almost lost this one. So we're gonna get that fixed up. And that way it doesn't break on us before we get a chance to move all that hydrogen over. And we're going to need to repair that one as well. And this one too. And we're just doing this just to ensure the best possibility of not losing this hydrogen by having the tank go below functional. And while I'm at it, oh, hit myself on it, but I'm gonna go ahead and fix this one up too. There we go. Now I got those fixed. Because what I'm thinking is I should be able to just do a hydrogen tank coming off of this container here, and I should be able to just kind of line them along, and should be able to move this hydrogen over. I think between these 5 tanks we had 4 tanks worth of hydrogen in all of them, maybe a little bit more. Should be able to get these connected up. Let me go ahead and get this light off of here so that doesn't be an issue. And don't think this one will be a problem, but we'll go ahead and take that off anyway. And check the rest of them. Yep, they're all good. What about over here? Probably all good, right? Yep, okay. So now we'll go grab that last tank, move it in line, and we should be good with getting all these hydrogen tanks lined up. After that, the only thing left to do is to build the tanks and thrusters on the ship, connect them, fuel the ship up using these tanks, and then grab that little oxygen tank we got over there. And I think with these batteries, what we'll do when we get to the base, we'll turn the batteries on the ship off, and the batteries that I have on the base, I'll set those to recharge pull as much power as we can off of the tanks we have, or the batteries we have on here. And then after that we'll think about moving them over, because it's going to be a pain to move these the way that I connect them up. So I'm going to have to break all of these blocks that it's touching, which I didn't think about when I put the batteries up here, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 blocks I'll have to grind off the ship just to get these batteries disconnected. Also, this is going to be really inconvenient for how I have the batteries arranged on the base, but that's a problem for future me to deal with. Currently, it's not directly affecting my ability to get stuff connected, so we'll ignore the issue until we can no longer ignore the issue. As with everything, that seems to be the best strategy. Just ignore it as long as you possibly can, and it can't hurt you if you don't acknowledge it. And I need a steel plate. There we go. Come over here, make this ship, and then we'll connect it to the rest of them up here. Still need to put a weld pad over there, but I can just get it lined up first, hopefully. This one's in a very inconvenient spot for this. Makes it quite difficult to see. Other thing is the bud. Let me get rid of that for the moment. So I need to angle down a little bit and come up some. And I think that's about right. Yeah, it should get it pretty close. Let me go ahead and get my other weld pad on here. Oh wait, I already did. Okay, never mind. Stupid. Yeah, I don't remember that. I should have been aware of that when I saw the pop-up in the middle of the screen. Just try to get these connected, if I can. Oh, a little misaligned there. There we go. So now we got all these things connected up. Which is perfect. We can disconnect from that. Come over to the side here. And I don't think there's really enough room to grab that oxygen tank. I can attempt it. Oh well, never mind. There we go. Seems we're pretty much out of time here, but I'll go ahead and just kind of come down a little bit here. I think right there should be fine. Anyway, we're in the next episode when we play again. We're gonna come back in and get these tanks about lined up to where we want them to be. Slap some new tanks onto this ship, along with a few thrusters, and then try to connect up these tanks to the ones on the ship to fuel up the ship. We'll grind the old tanks down so that way we just have ones that are owned by me. So that way it'll be a little easier to move that hydrogen around when we get to the base and start putting tanks on the base. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode here. We're going to go ahead and save and do our exit save. And I'll go ahead and end the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.